Hello and welcome to EL lesson number 10. Today we're continuing work in our Purple Module books and I'm looking at page 31. On page 31, what we see here, this is a rubric. Let's take a look at what it says on page 31. Performance criteria for small groups. Now we run small groups in second grade. We run small groups with me, we run small groups with Mr. Gregory, and with Miss Vanessa. Now, this week we are going to continue practicing. I can speak loudly enough for the audience to hear me. The audience meaning the Zoom small group meeting. I can read smoothly and with emotion. Practice reading that with me. I can read smoothly and with emotion. I can listen to others to keep track of my turn. Okay, I know a lot of you can do that. I've seen you do that. So we're working on these performance tasks. Let's move on. You need to learn how to have discussions and start saying things like, I agree, I disagree, I respectfully disagree, I think, or where did you find that in the text? Or what made you think that? Those sorts of things are the kinds of language we're going to use in school. Now, on page 34, it's asking us to have a detail about the boat school and our school. Let's turn back to the boat school. If you remember, Water, Water Everywhere is the title. Here's the school. And they're learning on a boat because, let's refresh our memory. Climate change is making flooding even more extreme. By melting glaciers, ice, solid ice in the Himalaya mountains, the runoff swells rivers. See, everything goes down, right? It'd be really interesting to talk about how the clouds produce the rain comes down the rivers to the ocean and back up again. You can see that in fog. There's a cycle there. So the floods damage farms, schools, and other buildings. In the past few years, thousands of schools have been damaged and hundreds have been destroyed. We really have to start thinking more about our environment. That is a constant I see throughout this text. Now, a detail from this school, or from this, I'm going to say climate change is making more floods. And then that makes it harder to get to school. Harder to get to school. That's a long sentence. So take your time. This is a G. Climate change is making more floods, comma, harder to get to school. I could even say making it harder to get to school. I should say that. Making it harder to get to school. So I added a little bit more. Climate change is making more floods, making it harder to get to school. Now that's a lot. So you can write something smaller if you want. You could even just write climate change. You could just write these two words if you wanted to. Climate change. Flooding is making floods. You could change floods to flooding. Now a detail about our school. Well, our school right now is doing distance learning. Our school is doing distance learning. And make sure we have a period at the end of our sentences. Or you could put any detail you wanted about our school. Our school has lunch in the cafeteria. Our school plays out on the playground. Our school has field trips. Any detail you want to say about our school. We're taking details and we're comparing them between schools around the world and our school. Again, on page 35, as I'm looking at our text, this is another rubric of how we can have conversations in an academic space. I would like to add on to Braden's idea with new details. Oh, wow. I respectfully disagree with Miss Fine because, wow. Now, next time, we're going to look at the tent school. The tent school is in Haiti and they had an earthquake. So get in the practice of looking for details and we're going to compare. So that will be next time. If you remember something about the tent school, maybe that they created tents because all their buildings came down when they had an earthquake. That's a detail. I could even look at it quickly for those of you that want us to get started, because I'm pretty confident that second graders can begin to do this. Remember this Out of the Rubble? Yeah, they experienced an earthquake and they had to create tent schools, and everything was delivered in kits, and each kit contained everything a teacher needed to set up a classroom. Wow, there was even a can of special paint that used to turn a box lid into a blackboard to write on. This is so cool. Look at all the pictures. You can see details from this. You can see details in the pictures that could inform you about the text as well. So that'll be next time. We're looking at details. So today we were looking at page 34. So make sure you have a detail about the boat school and our school. Thank you for your participation, and I will see you next time.